Nation. One day at a time, one movement at a time. One day at a time, one movement at a time. And we're here live. Turn it up. Let me see some fire. Yes. Nation. I am your father. It's the 2020 season now. And we got to get it going, Cowboy Nation. We got to get it going one way or another. And you guys know how this thing go, right? You guys know how this thing go. If we don't get this thing going, man, baby, I tell you, we don't know what can happen. And on top of that, we got to talk about this, Cowboy Nation. Hey, the new CBA is agreed upon, is signed upon. It is ready to go. And on top of that, we got to understand this portion of it. If we don't do what we need to do as it relates to free agency, we will see the same mundane thing happen over and over and over again. And what I want to tell people is right now, we have everything that's in front of us and we have everything that needs to go in the right, proper way. But in order for that to happen, Cowboy Nation, we must figure this thing out as it relates to the Cowboys. Because at the end of the day, we can say this right quick. If, and I'm saying this, I'm prefacing my statement when I say this, is that if we don't go ahead and get these deals going, I do know that we have the Corona deal going on. We had the COVID-19, however you want to say, you know what I mean. But I will say this, nation, is that we must, and it's not a small must, we must figure this thing out. Because if not, then I dare say, we'll be in a whole world of trouble. So, with that being said, let's go. Yes, we're going to dive deep into this thing. Here's what they're saying so far. Let's listen to what they got to say.
National championship contender was deep enough to say.
Let's listen to what they got to say about this situation as it relates to the new CBA agreement, what is agreed upon, what we need to look out for. And we got to figure this thing out. Let me see if I can get to this thing right quick. Really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in to the nation. So here's what they said. The new agreement is for 10, not 3, not 4, not 5, but for 10 years. And that's a long time. That is an absolute long time for them to agree upon. Now, there will be some situations and scenarios out there where they can actually do this, and I say this, and I have to preface my statement again, that they did say, when you read upon this thing right here, the National Football League, I hope you guys can see it, let me know if you can, the National Football League will have 10 years of labor peace, meaning that the players voted to approve the proposed CBA Saturday night. The CBA will take in the effect of 2021. So they still will be upon the old CBA agreement, but they got the thing going. The problem is with this is that we know for sure that the collective salary cap will increase. The salary cap will increase regardless of how you look at it, because if you look at it, Cowboy Nation, if you look at it and think about this, the salary cap will increase regardless of how you look at it. And on top of that, by them lollygagging and I want to say pussyfooting around, that they got to sign, they got to put their affairs in order, because now we're in a situation where you got to sign either, dare I say, Dak Prescott, or you have to look at it like this. You will have to figure out what the world you're going to do with Amari Cooper. Those are the two guys. Dak Prescott or Amari Cooper. Those are the two. Regardless of how we look at it, those are the two guys that play. Because if not, what will happen here is that we will look at this thing and say to ourselves, how in the world did the Cowboys fool around and mess around and got themselves in this bind? Because now what we're looking at as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys, who would you prefer to have, Amari Cooper or, dare I say, a Dak Prescott? Why would you let yourself get into this bind? Why would you let yourself get into this particular situation? Let me know if you guys feeling what I'm saying. Why would you let or allow yourself to be in this particular situation for the nation? Because what happened here is, when we look at it, Cowboy Nation, when we think about it, Jerry Wayne Jones allowed this situation to come through, and we're looking at it from the fans' perspective, and we would say to ourselves, can we just get the football thing going? Because the new collective bargain agreement is settled for 17 games, which will take effect in 2021. And on top of that, the new salary cap is $198.2 million. That is a lot of paper. That is a lot of paper if you really look at it. So what that does with us is that we've been calculating how much the collective bargaining agreement will be. So that put us right at 77, close to 81 million. I think it's right at 81 million now. That's a lot of paper, Cowboy Nation. That is. And I think that the Cowboys got enough money. Shout out to you, Roy, on my Facebook panel. I think that they got enough money to sign everybody. Players got screwed out with the CBA. This is from Philly Cowboys 76. I agree. The players did get screwed out because, look, as I said earlier on my IG page, let me just turn back around so you guys can see me. But as I said earlier on my IG page, I said this right here. The players had to figure out how to negotiate. They had to. Because if you think about it, Cowboy Nation, think about this. When I say this, don't you know that the players really had all of the chips in their hand, but they had to organize, and they don't have it? I hear so many people saying, well, there's 63 guys. It's hard to gain leverage with 63 guys. No. The way you do this, Cowboy Nation, would have been this way. Middle or halfway through the season, if you want to look at it from that aspect, or right before the playoff. That's when the players had the more leverage to say to themselves, we are not going to play another game until you agree upon 50-50 revenue split, lifetime health care. I'm going to repeat, lifetime health care. Don't you think that those guys or those owners would have been sitting there saying, okay, it's the middle of the year, let's run out some XFL players. Oh no, let's elevate some people from the practice squad. Oh, they would have been like, oh, no way, baby. Let's get this thing going. Let's go ahead and sign this agreement. Y'all want 55%? Let me know if I'm wrong. But that's what unity would have done. Because you know for sure that it's hard to convince people the first time they ever touch 500,000 to hold out. It's hard to convince people that never touched or never seen $1 million or $2 million to sit there and say, okay, let's agree upon these type of statements. Let me know where I'm lying at. And even if you're not a Cowboys fan, if you're a fan of another team, let me know where I'm lying at. Oh, my goodness. It's crazy how these guys been manipulated by the owners. And it's crazy how a segment, not talking about you lovely people that's in the chat, that's been manipulated by leaning on towards or saying that the owners are right. These guys make billions of dollars with a B. And you think that people that can barely graduate from high school and college is going to be able to out-debate them? Come on, man. You miss me with that. Not saying that all of the NFL players are not smart, but I'm just lamenting the truth right now. That they not ready. They not taking business analysis classes. They're not taking forecasting. They're not taking the lump sums of those classes, being immersed with knowledge on how to leverage their opportunities. Remember, I always say this, the NFL, they were smart. Oh, let's kick off this negotiation a year early. Oh, the NFL Players Association? Oh, we know how to get them in the bag. Slide them over here to one of these top tier hotels, you know. And when they look up under the pillow, there may be something that's hard. And they say, oh, man, hey, this pillow hard? Why this pillow hard? And they turn it over and it's stacks of cash. Or is an undisclosed account with a lot of zeros behind it. $1 billion, William Williams with the B. Now, of course, now players are being able to smoke a little J here and there. They can do that now with this new collective bargain agreement. Now, all you got to do now is get fines. I wonder how that fine action is really going to go. I want to know, how that situation is going to play out, you say. Philly Cowboys 76, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the nation. Let's see what they got over here. It's a crazy situation, Cowboy Nation, because when we think about this, we just want to watch football. We really don't give a care who's running out there, but at the end of the day, we want to watch football. But the NFL owners did make it like, okay, it's the owners versus the players. It's your love for the game versus them. And then on top of that, 9 times out of 10, if you don't win a Super Bowl every year or every other year, you're upset. You're mad because your team is not on the same tray as everybody else who won, right? So you looking at it like this, Cowboy Nation. You sitting there saying to yourself, oh, this player should go ahead and sign. This player should go out there and run. But the moment he run and get his knee snapped up, that money is not guaranteed. These contracts are not like the NBA or the MLB. Shout out to you, Kate Francis, man. Really appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, Antoine. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Floor Day, tell them how it is. Law, you know good and well I can't lie to kick it. I got to tell people how it is. Now, with this opportunity, yes, we should have some money. Yes, as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys, if we want to dance with these other teams that's performing in the playoffs and going beyond, we have to make moves as it relates to free agency. Because if we fatter than around, it's two worlds. It's two worlds when we look at it. You can look at it from these angles, Cowboy Nation, and say, well, Dak Prescott, he can't hit water if he fell off a boat. He's horrible. He can't win us the big games. In pivotal moments, he folded, you see. He can't really dissect the defense like he's supposed to, right? I can give you some of those arguments, right? I can give you some of that. But his contemporaries, they're not being measured by the same ruler. Because you got Jared Goff, who I can say for I guess His first year, he didn't have a good coach, right? We saw what that looked like. But I would say this, McVay is a hell of a lot better than, dare I say, a Jason Garrett. But we saw him elevate his game with better coaching. But he gets a pass because they say Jeff Fisher was trash. I want to know what Jason Garrett is compared to Jeff Fisher as it relates to win-loss ratios throughout their collective body of work. I do know that Jason Garrett might have more wins, but they both in the same boat, 500 coach. You know, I got to talk about Tannehill. I'm going to repeat, I got to talk about Ryan Tannehill. You see, there's a lot to do with trust. I said on my IG earlier, if you follow me on my IG page, I said earlier that it takes 1,000 years to build trust. Ain't this right, Marvin? Shout out to you, James Black, that's on my Facebook. It takes 1,000 years to build trust and only 1 second to lose it. 1 second. Let that sink into your mental. 1 second. And it's something about believing in your said player. It's something about looking at somebody and sitting there saying to yourself, I have faith in you. I have trust in you. Because that is what they did with Ryan Tannehill. $62 million guaranteed. He only been in it. How long he been with that organization? Somebody help a brother out. Somebody put it in the chat box. How long Ryan Tannehill been with that organization? And have he been doing greater things than Dak Prescott with his organization juxtaposed to the Dallas Cowboys? Somebody help me out. Antoine Jones says Dak Prescott 40 mil. Help me out. How long Tannehill been with that organization? 1 year. His 1 year is equivalent to $62 million. All right. So I'm saying this to get certain people hooked on my line. I'm trying to reel you in. Can I go back a little further? Reel you in so I can hit you. Come on, chair. Work with me, chair. I'm trying to reel you in. Lord, where are you going with this story? Well, if Tannehill was on his team and he did what he just did with that team for 1 year, wouldn't you feel comfortable paying him $62 million based upon his previous resume? Would you feel comfortable paying him $29.5 million a year or $30 million a year? I think it's stretched out to $118 million. Wouldn't you feel comfortable paying Ryan Tannehill for 1 year of work? $62 million guaranteed? Let me know if he was on this team based upon whatever he did for the Tennessee Titans for that 1 year. Wouldn't you say, okay, yes, give me Tannehill? How would you feel? I'm waiting. I'm going to see. 8, 9 games, bro. Yeah, exactly. Philly Cowboys 76. All I'm doing is I got a lot of bricks in my hands and I'm just throwing it. The dog that yelped is the dog that got hit with the brick of truth. That's all I'm saying. And there's no shade at Tannehill. I think that he did a great and wonderful job with that rookie wide receiver. He was nice, number 11. I'm going to talk about that too. Oh, he was nice. What's his name, number 11? What's his name? Y'all help me out. I'm getting old over here. He did a great job with Derrick Henry going on a Hall of Fame type of run, running the rock. He did a great job. And I think that coach is nobody to sneeze at. I think that coach has some great big old cojones to sit there and say, okay, I'm benching Mariota and I'm elevating Ryan Tannehill. Oh, A.J. Brown, really appreciate you, Mr. Wright. Ooh, he was nice. Oh, he was nice last year for him. I can't wait to see what he do his second year. I do know that there's a possibility of sophomore slumps, but the kid was nice, right? He was doing his job. What if I told you, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, we passed up on him? We passed up on him. How, Law? We didn't have a first-round draft pick. According to the Dallas Cowboys pussyfooting around, we passed up on him because they already thinking about not paying Amari Cooper. There I say Amari Cooper numbers, if you compare him stat by stat, his numbers are better than A.J. Brown. But I know it's a rookie, so it's not apples and apples. But what I'm saying is the level of production. And this is off Amari Cooper's with a bum foot. A broken down hamstring, baby. In the Dallas Cowboys media. We love them. Shout out to DallasCowboys.com. Y'all hit up Derek Eagleton and then Tanny Jim. Y'all hit them up. They do some good stuff. And my guys from hanging out with the boys, you see. Shout out to them. But what I'm trying to say is we don't know what we're doing at times. You pay the people early if you want to keep them. Look, we could have had Dak Prescott locked in with $22 to $25 million. We could have had them all locked in. But they say no. They had reservations then. You had reservations then. It's like I'm dating Beyonce, and I'm not calling Dak Prescott Beyonce for he's not in that category. Let me use another analogy because that's a hard press. It's like reaching for straws. But I can use the analogy. But let me just preface it. It's like dating Beyonce. And you can tell that she's willing to commit, but you just telling all your friends, all your boys, all your homeboys. Remember, I'm prefacing my statement. He ain't no Beyonce. Maybe he's Trina. Nah, he ain't Trina. But what I'm saying is that it's like dating a girl, and you know she give you some bad stuff. You know, she good a little bit. She got some flaws a little bit. She might wake up some days without that track or that weave in. You know what I mean? You know. But you can work with her though. You can work with her. Walk with me, Cowboy Nation. And you know for sure that all of the people that you've been dating before was not on this level. They were not on this level. But it's like dating her, and then you're sitting there saying, okay, I don't want to be committed to you out all the way. I like the way you prepare breakfast, but you just don't do the dinner right. I'm tired of eating breakfast on the morning time, in the evening time, and in the afternoon, you say. But you do some good stuff. But now you're allowing her to date. You better be careful what you wish for, Cowboy Nation, because she might not come back. She might not come back. Dak Prescott ready? He said Dak Prescott is Whoopi Goldberg. Shout out to Whoopi, man. Shout out to Whoopi. Yes, indeed, man. Jeremy, what's good, man? Let me read some of your comments, man. I really appreciate JD, laugh out loud. Beyonce, laugh out loud. Talk to me, Floyd. Shout out to you. Q, what's good with you, man? Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Let me know if my mic too loud. I don't have a producer in my ear, and I still need to get my shock mount, but I really appreciate you all. Calvin Williamson, really appreciate it. Show me a better QB than Dak, and I will show you a liar. This is Antoine Jones, and that's what I'm saying. Show me a QB that can cook breakfast. You know, you might get somebody that can cook a little dinner, but the most important meal of the day is the breakfast. Better be careful. Just because she say I'm gonna cook you some steak, you better make sure what kind. Because last I checked, steak is good. But she might be advertising that she's only going to cook you Salisbury steak. If you guys know what I mean, you'd be like, well, it still tastes good. But, baby, you said you know how to cook steak. And then she could be a terrible breakfast cooker. And now all of a sudden you sit there saying to yourself, hey, Dak was cooking some good breakfast. At least some good breakfast. At least I know I could get my day started. I'm just giving you guys a long analogy. Boy, I'm telling you. Men lie, numbers don't lie. Dak, best quarterback ever. This is Antoine. Boy, you got some strong love and adulations. I'm not saying, I'm on record, I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is the best quarterback ever, but I'm saying that he can at least cook you an omelet. you say. He can at least cook you some good breakfast. I'm not making some people hungry. But what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, better be careful. I think that now they got to pick and choose. Either they're going to roll with Dak Prescott or Amari Cooper. In the perfect world, they can go with both. But if by them playing around with it, the deadline is what? Tomorrow, noontime? And the Tennessee Titans said, you know what? I like these eggs. I like these omelets. They ain't saying, but skip. They're not going back and forth, you see. They sitting there saying, okay, Tannehill between the 8 and 9 games, if somebody thank you guys for posting that down below, they said between the 8 and 9 games, that was enough for us to give this man $62 million, more money than Ezekiel Elliott can count right now. Think about that. Ezekiel Elliott is our end-all, be-all. He ain't making $62 million, $118 million. He ain't making Tannehill's money. And if I was to chart everybody that's in this chat box, if I was to tell you, would you rather have Tannehill or the Ezekiel Elliott, let me know what the storyline would be. Christopher Glover, man, thank you for tuning in to the Nation. He said, Law, I still think Dak is a higher ceiling than McCarthy at coach. Yes, because I said this while I was driving to Natchez. I said that at the end of the day, shout out to Natchez, Mississippi, shout out to Adams County. But what I was saying is that I was saying this right here, Cowboy Nation, is that if Dak Prescott, and I know that, and I'm not putting all of the wins on Dak Prescott, but he just get the benefit for it because he's the quarterback, for crying out loud. Yeah, I was saying this, Nation. If Dak Prescott won 40 games with, dare I say, Jason Garrett, how many games do he win with Mike McCarthy? You can't say 30. You can't say 25. You can't say 40. That's the craziest thing. You can't say 40. You would say to yourself, at least 50, 60. Or you can say 45, 48. It could be those different makings in the game. I think that the last year, a lot of people were saying that, hey, Cowboys underperform against plus 500 teams, right? But all I saw when I looked at that Minnesota Vikings tape, this guy, number 4, and I hate to go on a tangent by number 4 because we got so many other things to talk about. But I was sitting there looking at it like, go back and watch that game if you got the all 22. And watch how he was dicing and slicing up that defensive secondary. He was looking good out there. Then they got to a pivotal moment, and then they said, let's shut this down. Nah, we ain't doing that. And look back at that Saints game. Up until the time that I have to say this, momentum, and my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us, Voch Lombardi, who brings the party, who does the film breakdown, second to none. He will show you. He will show you up until that point of Jason Witten, who had Father Time. His name on the back of his jersey should have been Father Time. Up until that fumble, we stopped moving the ball. Oh, the clapper. The clapper. You remember, the clapper. Oh, we changed game plans around here when we get hit in the mouth. We go back, or we revert back to we do what we do best. 2 drive killers, and I think it was a fumble by Ezekiel Elliott that his elbow was in the ground. It's still an imprint right now. In New Orleans, it's an imprint of Ezekiel Elliott elbow inside the ground. And the ball rolled out, and you know what? Let me grab my coffee. And Roger Goodell was like, that ball came out. Yeah, it came out. Oh, that PI, we don't call it. Yeah, that's PI offensively. Yeah, he caught it offensively. Not once, twice they called that. I want people to do their homework. How many times Amari Cooper got called that before that game? Don't you know drive killer, momentum killers, they can kill a lot of situations. And I'm not trying to put all of the blame on Jason Garrett. No. But it goes to show you that sometimes when you lackadaisy and you sitting back and you folding back and then you looking back and then you sit there and you say to yourself, man, the league don't even have a respect for Jason Garrett. It's a story of a different day, huh? We have 72.5 in the cap room as of this minute. This is Toby with the facts. Shout out to you, Toby, man. I really appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you on the Facebook, man, dropping those dimes. Toby Dimes. I'm gonna call you Toby Dimes over here. Yes, Vicksburg. Shout out to Vicksburg, man. Mississippi. Law Dog, what's up, Burst? What's good with you? So we got $72 million. All right, so how this thing work, I know a lot of people think that $72 million can go away like this, but there's a thing called prorations. You can prorate a contract, you can extend. I do know that a lot of people don't like to borrow money from one player and stretch it out for another, but there are some positions out there that you can do it with, which is very flexible, like the offensive line. You see, you can very much look at the contract, give them some upfront money, stretch that thing out, sign a player, and then all of a sudden you way high above the cap. Or you can just do like the what's this team? The Minnesota Vikings. They was a negative $5 million under the cap before the start of the season. They had to get above the cap. So you know what they did? Bye Xavier Woods. Rhodes, I meant to say, I'm sorry. Well, Xavier Woods could need some help, Xavier Rhodes, what's good? Chris Harris, I know he's long in the tooth, but can he come in for a cup of coffee? There's a lot of things. I don't want people to think that we are in salary cap hell. There's no such thing. There's no such thing, Cowboy Nation. I'm going to repeat. There's no such thing. Shout out to you, Eastside Harold, man. Really appreciate you, Toby, as well as Jane Black. And also Q. What's up, man? There's no such thing. You want to know why? Because for 2021, it's going to be 200 and not 30, but $42 million. That's a lot of money. That is. Shout out to you, Brandon Ross, man. Really appreciate you. And I think the Eagles, they got, 42. We'll see how they move around. And shout out to Eastside Harold since he's in here. I think that the Houston Texans got no first round draft picks, but what they're going to do is they're going to will and deal too. I think that they're going to put more weapons around Deshaun Watson. I think that he needs some more weapons on the outside, although they got a DeAndre Hopkins, but they need somebody who can legitimately run some underneath routes. I like Kiki QT. Shout out to him. His cousin, his uncle, he's a good follower of the Cowboys, you see. But Eastside Harold, I will say this, that the Texans, they got to worry about their own division, because it could be just like this, that you guys are going to have to go up and down that battle with those boys over there. Let me see. I'm going to read some more of your comments over here. I really appreciate you all. Thank you guys for tuning in to the nation. My thing is, let me just jump over here right quick. Let me see what we have. Let me see. Is Midday Sports Report. I will say this, Cowboy Nation. I've been live for 32 minutes. I really appreciate you guys. I will say this. The new collective bargain agreement, the goods. Let me give you guys my rationale, my thoughts on Randy Gregory. We do like what Robert Quinn brought into the table. My only reservations with Robert Quinn was against the run. We did see some of the suspect looks as relates to Randy Gregory against the run, but it wasn't that bad. Like Robert Quinn, we were like, good Lord. Boy, they didn't even attempt to run on D-Law's side. They said, look, where Robert Quinn at? What that strong side linebacker? He's lined up on that side too? Let's run right at them. Oh, he ain't going to stop water coming. He ain't going to stop water falling out of the sky. He can't stop it. He's not an umbrella. We going to run right through him. And they did that. Antoine Woods, I love you, big homie. We love you. Look up his Instagram page. He got his all 22. He got all of his moves and stuff going on like that. Antoine Barbecue Woods, I will say, 2-gap, I like him in a 1-gap situation, but 2-gap, I have a big old, like my eyebrows raised, you see. He's 303, 310 pounds. Yes, he's bigger than me, but for the front 4 guy, I don't know.
that whole side has been compromised. The best time we saw something was Tyrone Crawford, and I'm trying to get him out the paint. I'm trying to get Tyrone Crawford out the building. I'm trying to bring in some hogs. Who we got out there, Cowboy Nation? Who do you guys want? Let's see. We have, let me read some of your comments over here, Cowboy Nation. Jamal Adams. What if I told you all that I got Justin Simmons rated a little bit better than Jamal Adams for what he would do with this particular team, or a Anthony Harris, one of those guys. But I like Jamal. I like him, but I would rather have one of those guys than a Jamal. Call me crazy, but I'd rather have one of those dogs. I like the silent assassin type of brother out there. And I know Justin, he'll hit you a little bit, but I think Jamal, he is mouthy a little bit. And he's sensitive as it relates to Twitter world. And that's out there with the Jets. With the Jets, for crying out loud. Can you imagine he being mouthy with the Dallas Cowboys? It would sell some tickets. And on top of that, I don't think that I would like him wearing 33 too, but that's a story of a different day. Phillips or Snacks? Give me Phillips, man. And Talib. How old is Talib? Jamal is a dog now. I will moonwalk. I will hee all of my statements. Y'all was saying like, man, Law is talking off the side of his beard when he said about all that stuff about Jamal. The day he signed, I'm sitting there like, oh, Jeff Heath, yes, we love you, Jeff Heath. But now we can only see you in limited roles. Shout out to you, Jeff Heath. Now we can see some real safety, strong safety play, and Jeff Heath can come in certain moments, special teams. We will have a better special team play, and then we see Jeff Heath on a limited snap basis. I'm not trying to get rid of Jeff Heath. I need somebody like a Jeff Heath. but at least give me some supplements to go with it, you say. Snack Harris. Snack Harris did say he got a house still in Dallas, right? Tell him to roll up to the Star. Tell that big boy to roll up to the Star. He's 34 years old. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. He's 34. Oh, Lord, kumbaya. No. Corner CB, Jeff Okuda, he ain't dropping to the 17. You had to give up some real estate. He had to give up a whole bunch of stuff to get Jeff Okuda. Shout out to Grand Prairie. Let me see. James Black, what's good with you, man? Jeff can't guard. My thing is, Jeff Heath, man, I mean, he can kick the field goals for you. He can thump you. He got great range, speed. He's a 4.3, 4.4 guy, believe it or not. He's fast, but he's just not a starter. It is no hate at Jeff Heath. But he's not a starter. Shout out to you, Jeff Heath, man. We love you, man. But we just don't want to see you go, nor we want to see you starting, if that makes any sense to anybody. Let me know if I'm lying. Every time somebody run at Heath, he misses. This is Jermaine Underwoods. Everything you need to know about Jeff Heath was when Jerry Goff caught that edge and caught that corner. And it was one-on-one. And it was a couple of years ago. But Jared Goff, of all people, if anything, coach tells you to cover the edge, man. Force him back inside. At least he's a quarterback. He won't have the boundary as protection. And if somebody hit him, regardless, because he had to get the first down, so he couldn't slide at that moment. It was a must first down. Jeff, he pivot back inside. Boy, keep your butt and retain and keep force and play to the outside boundary. What the world are you going back inside? That's what I wanted coach to say to him. But he let the man get the corner, and he took the inside away from him and forced him to the outside. Jeff Heath, Jared Goff won him on a foot chase. I know it was a couple of years ago, but come on, force the man back inside. That's where your help is at. You had the linebacker, inside linebacker, and then you had the safety, not the other safety that could climb over to the opposite side. And then if he try to run for the first down, all you got to do is tap him. He gonna turn that basketball. He gonna turn that football into a basketball. Right, play to the outside. That's what my guy's saying over here. Philly Cowboys 76. But sometimes Jeff Heath make those crazy mistakes. Jeff Heath is a better free safety than he is a strong safety, in my opinion. Okay. Jeff Heath saved many games. Can't judge the well for one play. Just my opinion. This is from my guy, Rue. I agree. But the times when he saved us, it was the time when he was playing free safety. And I'm not throwing no jabs at Xavier Woods, but I think that Xavier Woods have some of the similar issues when he plays strong safety down in the box. Oh, the time when Jeff Heath blocked and kicked up the Carr brother, he was at free safety role. Oh, that was in 2017. Oh, okay. Xavier Woods that year was playing inside the slot. The time he picked off Aaron, Dirty Rogers in I'm about to say Super Bowl. Lord, please forgive me. Plans to Father, please forgive me. Police be rushing when they see me. I flaunted America's Most Wanted live on TV like I turned into Pac on you guys. It's like pleasure and pain. I'm stuck in this game. Holler my name. We all gonna die. We bleed through similar veins. How can you panic, Jeff Heath? You hear the guns blast is on the worth. He picked off Aaron Rodgers, man. From one hash line to the other hash. That's range, baby. Boy, that's range. He do got some range at free safety. But in the box, he compromised. 7. We really appreciate the floor day. What's good? Thaddeus Moss or Austin Hooper. Free agents. This is JD. If you can snatch up Hooper for $7 to $8 million, stretch that out because we got $72 million. Give me Austin Hooper over Thaddeus. But I will say Thaddeus could be a guy that could be next level down the line. It'll take him a couple years to get it ready. K. Francis says, He is a solid backup, not a starter. You know, that's all it is. He got range, but it just he compromised when he inside. James Black said Xavier Woods is garbage. No, don't call my dog garbage. He did drop 4 interceptions last year, but I think that I don't know, man. I'm gonna back off of Xavier Woods. I'm just gonna back off of him. Henry Ruggs will be a steal. This is from Say Prime Time. That's on your mind. Let's talk about Henry Ruggs. How can we at the 17th pick tell everybody in Cowboy Nation that we moved on from defense and we picked up a speedy wide receiver and we move it on from Amari Cooper, or we don't sign Amari Cooper, and these sorts of things. So re-rolling out the administrations with, or dare I say, the skill sets of Michael Gallup. He's still going to play in his role, his exposition. And then we will have a Ruggs out there. And we will have, are we re-signing Randall Cobb? Y'all help me out. I've been on the road. I don't have all of the information for the nation. So I just think that, in my opinion, it would look sexier, if we can use this terminology, sexier, if we would have, dare I say, an Amari Cooper coming back for his 2.5 year with us. And we would keep a Michael Gallup, of course, in his position as it's number 2 wide receiver, running the X position. And keep Randall Cobb, figure out a way to bring those 3 back, and maybe get somebody like a Laviska Shenault in the second if he drops in the second, or somebody like a Jalen Rigor if he drops, what have you, and go with that defense of the first round. Can we work with something like that? Can we work out something like that? I mean, speed does kill, but or the Hamlin kid. I like what's his name? Jalen Hamlin. You know, y'all check out my guy Vach Lombardi, man, or Brian Broaddus, or Jeff Kavanaugh with all of that information for the nation. Jet D, what's good, man? Law rolling it. Yeah. Time for some yeah, jams, Law. Yeah, I got to, man. I got to bring some jams. I bring some jams in here, man. What y'all want to listen to? Y'all want to listen to some smooth stuff, or y'all want to listen to some crunk stuff? You mix the facts with the touch of entertainment. Smart. It's Calvin Wilson. But man, I really appreciate you. Let the AI speak. Speak to me.
You mix the facts with the touch of entertainment. Smart.
Really appreciate you, man, for the love and adulations and the donation to help grow the nation. One day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick, we stack these things together, man. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for doing that, man. But that being said, man, I want to get you guys crunk for a quick second. Let's go with it. Let me see some fire. Let me see some fire in this thing. Can I get some fire? Yeah. Let's go with it. Yeah. Let's go with it. There we go. See the fire. Yeah. Like a boss at the end of the... Go. Come on. Let me see some more fire. Let me see some fire. The start of the new season, the age of a new dawn, the beginning of a new millennium. And one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick, we stack these things together. And I'm going to say this right now. Nation, I am your father. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation, man. I will say this, with the new collective bargain agreement, the owners win so much. That's what they said to everybody, all of these NFL players. The owners just whipped it out and said, remember, I am your daddy, and you guys will submit to my demands and play an extra game, because I know for sure that there's players that make $600,000 a year can't turn down a $115,000 pay raise. They know for sure they gotta feed Pookie, they gotta feed Ray, they gotta go pay Ashaniqua rent, they gotta go pay and help out Lil' Kim and them. Oh yeah, they used to living in a certain area, and I know for sure 700,000 would change their life. Oh, I know that that's their first time ever collecting this check, and I know that the players on top, they trying to beat out awards. They trying to say that they got $30 million and they don't know what to do with 25. They done bought 4 or 5 houses. They done did this. They done did that. They don't have no unity. They could have snapped the NFL in half. All the players had to do was do this midway through the season or halfway through the season, or dare I say in the playoffs, say, you know what, we won't play another down. We won't play another down until you guys submit to our will. And think about it. They could have been paid all up to that point, paid all of those resources, paid all of those 15 car notes that they had, or have all of the medical situations paid and secured. But they let the NFL, those billionaires with a B, say, I am your father. And remember, you guys, hey, it's crazy, but it's the truth. And I hate to say it,
But collectively speaking, 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and that's including them. Paycheck to paycheck. Can't wait for the check to hit. And it don't even matter how much millions that they make. They still living paycheck to paycheck. With no guidance, with no directions. The NFLPA, the Players Union, they have no structure involved as it relates to the players on the low end that can talk to the guy that's making $32 million because they're not on the same page. And the NFL owners, they knew every bit of that. And that's why you see that those players caved. No unity. No thought track, no philosophy, nothing at all that can wheel in and have the owner to submit to them in anything that should have been strength and power with those numbers. With 63 guys on the line per team, it should have been some type of power. I'm counting the practice squad guys. With some type of an agreement. With some type of stability. The guy that making the fat check, he should have been saying to the 10 people on the practice squad, just hear me out. You may not be eligible for making the type of money that I'm making, but baby, your sacrifice right now would be so important because this is what we doing and we can't let daddy know. We can't let Big Brother know. We can't let the NFL owners know. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut you a piece of this check right quick. Because I know all you made is $700,000 or $250,000 for the practice squad. I'm going to cut you a check for $500,000 right now. I promise this is going to be seed money. Seed money that you could just hold off because they got enough money to do it. Seed money. For you not to spend this money, but to take whatever they give you, the $250,000, and when late November or early December come around the corner, we all gonna hold out. But what I want you to do is not take the bait and play in the playoffs. I guarantee you my bottom dollar, the NFL, the owners would have caved and they would have said, we can't run Reggie Davis out there. We have a chance and opportunity to win a Super Bowl. It better be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I digress. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let me know where I lied at, Cowboy Nation. And for those who are watching for the first time, they say, where I lied at, Cowboy Nation. How long I've been live like 95. But that's the reality. When you have unity, when you have people that can put their resources together, I got 7 more minutes. I'm going to keep this show at an hour. So when you have people that should know how to put their resources together, boy, you can go a whole lot further. Look, there's a saying, you can go fast by yourself, but you can go further with everyone, you see. With a team of people, together everybody achieve more. But when you have that independent mindset and you sit there and you say, I'm going to take the money that I'm going to get right now, and I'm not going to slap my neighbor and tell him blessings is coming everywhere. But no, I'm just going to take my money and I'm going to hold all of my money because it's mine. I earned my right to get this check and I'm not sharing. I do know that sharing is caring, but it took me forever to get here.
And I'm going to sign this contract agreement for 10 years. If anything, those players should have said, okay, even if those big players don't like the situation, they could at least say, okay, let's double back at least and make this deal 5 years. A whole lot of things can change in 10, but at least let's make it 5. James Black said, who is Reggie Davis? Reggie Davis was number 11 that showed his butt off during Oxnard, but couldn't catch a cold. I was going to say the other thing, but I want to keep it PG-13. I don't want sensitive people to get mad at me and treat me like Rudy Godard, whatever that guy's name. I don't want people, whatever that guy's name, Rudy of Utah, whatever his name is. I don't want Go to Bear or some whatever that guy's name. But he couldn't catch. But boy, oh boy, during Oxnard, the boy was fast, taking the top off of defense because they wasn't hitting. And me and my brother from another mother, no other, Shango, we were sitting there like, can he take the hit? It looked good in track shorts. He was just track short legend, you know. Yeah, shout out to my guy Shango, man. Y'all check out his page, man. Real intelligent guy. Okay, so basketball in 1981, Jim Cram, leader of the free world. Cram, yeah. 2009, simple. B25, yeah. Ready Red, what's good with you, man? Shout out to you. Mark Holmes has rubbed off on law too bad. This is from Viral Killer. I don't know about that statement. Preface your statement next time when you addressing law. What you talking about, Viral? Talk to me. Put it down again. What you talking about rubbing off? Because I think that people have a right to opinions. People have a right to have different thought tracks and different reasonings of thinking. But those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. And I'm not trying to change anybody's opinion. I let people come on this particular platform and comment down below and speak freely. And one thing I know for sure, law never folded. I really talk the real over here. And I'm not saying that Mark Holmes not. So don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is anybody who really want to have a voice to talk about this, let's talk about it. Let's debate about it, because you can't debate 40 and 24. But you can see the narrative there, I say, of somebody saying that you can't win big games. What you talking about? Jason Garrett? Because my thought is this right here, and I want to challenge anybody who think otherwise. Haven't we seen these same issues before? Dare I say, Dak Prescott in 2016 with this particular team? One can argue that we've been seeing these type of issues for 25 years. Not 20 years, not 19 years, not 10 years. Find somebody that can out-debate me. Find it. You go find that person. Because I have yet to find somebody that can out-debate the facts. 25 years, we've been seeing the same issues. The moment we went and got a real legitimate head coach, he only been here for 3 years. His name is Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells been here for only 3 years. And out of the 3 years, whoa, I'm telling you, I'm hitting you guys with the brick of truth. He went to the playoff 2 out of the 3. Find somebody who can out-debate me on that. Bill Parcells only been here for 3 years. Only been here for 3 years. And made it to the playoff 2 out of the 3. And he said, hey, I don't want the player. He didn't even call him T.O. I don't need him. And Jerry Wayne Jones, he went and got him anyway. It's crazy. Oh, my goodness. But when I hit people with the brick of truth, only the dog that got hit yelps. And all I'm saying is, and shout out to you if you're a dog, but I hope you got teeth so you can bite back. But what I'm trying to say is this right here. It's time out for us to just pinpoint the issue on one player and not look at the collective body of some. Because when I said that I've seen Super Bowls won with a Brad Johnson, is Dak Prescott
Worse than a Brad Johnson, a Joe Flacco, and Eli, oh Eli, Eli. I've seen a Super Bowl won with, dare I say, a Nick Foles. Oh, what's this guy name? I want people to go back and look at Big Ben Roethlisberger the year he won the Super Bowl. Look up his stats. Tell me how that went. He got 2 of them. Let me know what his stats were in those Super Bowls. Oh, Russell Wilson. Did he win a Super Bowl? I know that people looking at the modern day, the present day Russell Wilson, but I want to know if you can pull up his game-to-game stats. Defense wins Super Bowls, baby. Defense. Boy, James Black. Whoa, what about Jimmy Johnson? Or are you talking about after Jimmy? Yeah, after Jimmy. After Jimmy. Look, collectively speaking, Mike McCarthy, if you really want to go down there, Cowboy Nation, Mike McCarthy is really the second true head coach that Jerry Wayne has hired outside of a Bill Parcells, because even when Jimmy Johnson was selected, he wasn't proven at that point. It was unheard of. It was unconventional. They said, let's pick up this college coach who was winning in college. At least he was winning. And let's make him our head coach. Let's roll him out because I have something to identify with him with. I played football with him in Arkansas, you see. So that's the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. Oh my goodness, this team has been in a circle, a spiral. But it's funny to me that all of a sudden, all of the issues and the evidence of the problems with the Cowboys is with a guy that wears number 4. And when people start to try to protect number 4 and say, hey, these are the things that we need to do to have a better team, is all of a sudden you are a homer. I don't give a dog about Dak Prescott. I know this team. I've been loving this team before Dak Prescott existed on this planet. On top of that, I've been following the Cowboys. I've been more of a Cowboys fan than, dare I say, a Jerry Wayne Jones. He bought the team in 1989. I was a fan before that. You see, a lot of people was a fan before that. It's just that he bought the team financially. I bought the team emotionally. Does that make him a better person than me? No. Does that mean that he's supposed to have rights to this team more so than I do? No. Man, if I hit the lottery tomorrow and then you got doggone give me $400 billion or whatever, shoot, Jerry better watch out. This team is now owned by Law Nation. I'm just messing with y'all. Oh, man. Vero, what's good, man? Let the AI speak. If you're going to make the donation to help grow the nation. You said Leghorn Mark Holmes. Oh, my goodness. Talk to me, AI. Talk to me.
Lover show law. Sorry, I don't like Leghorn Mark Holmes.
My thing is, Vero, you don't like Mark Holmes, but I understand that you don't, and I appreciate the 10. But what I'm saying is, collectively speaking, we're 2 different shows. We're 2 different talk tracks. I'm not rubbing off on him, and he's not rubbing off on me, you see. All I'm saying is, with this particular situation with Dak Prescott, look, if I can just show you guys a glimpse of my inbox about what people say to me about this guy, Dak Prescott, boy, you guys would say, Lord, why are these people even Cowboys fans? But I digress. All right, let's see what we got over here. Rodney Ellis and my guy Bob W. If defense wins Super Bowls and anybody think that Dak is good, I guess we don't need him. Always 2 ways to look at it. Draft the quarterback paying very little money and stack it up on the defense. Bob W. That is a great opinion. But remember when I started this show off, Dak Prescott can cook you at least an egg and an omelet. Omelet. Cook you good breakfast. Be careful what you wish for. Even though defense do win championships, but are you willing to risk it all on that assumption that you don't have a guy that can win you 40 plus games?
40 and 24 is his collective body of work. In the last since 2016, there's only one quarterback that got more wins than him. And on top of that, if you really think that we can do the same thing with Cooper Rush, then that's the problem. That is the absolute problem right there with Jerry Jones, thinking that you can do the exact same replications with Cooper Rush. But we don't know football, though. We definitely don't know football. Let's leave it up to them. They are the billionaires, and they the ones go out there scouting and doing the evaluation. But I can say this one thing. Let me see how long I've been live. Let me see. 1 hour. I went over 5 minutes. But I'm going to say this, though. I will say this, Cowboy Nation. If we continue to think that these players are not thinking about if they did that to him, and if they do that to him, what about me? I do know that people say, this is just business, but sometimes it's how you handle business. Sometimes when you're running an organization or you run, and I'm not trying to say Jerry Jones, hey, this is how you run an organization. But evidently for the last 25 years, the only person that's receiving the loss is us as fans. I can say within the last 25 years, before I give this point out, Jerry Wayne Jones been inducted to the Hall of Fame. He built a $3.5 billion play plan. On top of that, he built a $3.2 billion workout facility. On top of that, you see, he terraformed, almost changed out the DFW or the Arlington area there, I say. They got too many things going on down there, but it's all through Jerry. And he bought a yacht. This is his personal situation. But he's not suffering like we are suffering. He's not. When he loses, he can go to his helipad, jump on a helicopter, and fly around the world. We got to sit there and listen to the filth that the Eagles are talking about, saying that we're not relevant in the last 25 years. We got to listen to the filth that the Giants are talking about. Even the Redskins have a small platform or a leg to stand on and say, man, what are you guys doing? Y'all are no different than us. But Jerry Wayne Jones can sit there and say, there's no amount of money of a check that I would write out to get to the Super Bowl. And yet he held Jason Garrett and held everybody in purgatory for 10 years, watching Jason Garrett going through development. We sitting there saying like, man, Tony Romo is a good thrower of the ball. Man, he can dissect the defense. Oh, this boy got some talent. Oh, this guy got some teams around him. And having everybody to believe that all of a sudden we're one player away from the Super Bowl. Let me know where I'm lying at, Cowboy Nation. That's Jerry Jones for you. That is Jerry Jones for you. In the last 25 years, their revenue increased at its all-time high thanks to Jerry. The NFLs are now able to personalize and have own sponsorships to help grow their stadiums. Jerry Jones is still making money from the Atlanta stadium that was built out there. He's still making money from this new stadium that's going to be in LA and Vegas. And we're complaining about a team that went 8-8 because he decided to keep Jason Garrett as his head coach or as our head coach. But we are the delusional ones, right? Because we still continue to pay for it, you say. But that's a story of a different day. That's a story of a different day. I'm not even going to get on the other point, but it's crazy. Q, what's good, man? Akeem, really appreciate you for tuning in. Joe Boo can be a little Hollywood, but he's good people, fam. This is Ready Red. Yeah, I think that Mark Holmes, Joe Boo, Michael Anthony Fitness, all of them, wonderful people, blessed people. I love them to the moon and back. Man, provide us with unlimited information for the nation. Just outstanding. I think that, look, we can go down all the list. My Cowboys family, wonderful people. My guy, my brother, Voch Lombardi, who keeps the party, wonderful. Who else? Luke Skywalker, but Skywalker still, you see, wonderful. Big Game James. Everything else remained the same. Wonderful people, man. We got wonderful people that talk about the Dallas Cowboys. What I'm trying to say is that as much as we talk about the Cowboys, we don't have an inch, not even an inch, to change the organization. They don't even care about what we say. Matter of fact, I can say this. I guarantee you the DallasCowboys.com be listening in and saying, boy, these boys are on fire. You see, they might create some hidden names or what have you. Say, man, I'm glad that they can talk freely. Oh, Brian Brothers love to talk freely. He said, oh, well, let me pack my bags and get on out of here. Let me go to 105.3 Defender so I can talk freely about this organization. And trust me, our organization is second to none. We are all great people. We don't like this team. That's the problem. We don't like this team. Scooter Magruder, we don't like this team. We don't like this team. My guy Country Wayne Cowboy, I know these Cowboys fans. We don't like this team. We don't like this team at all. We're not even close to liking this team. We love this team. We will fight for this team. And what we have problems and issues with is that we love this team so much that we will see people that would talk bad and ill of our team, and we sit up there and we say, we're ready to fight. But the problem is, shout out to Foots the King, man. Yeah, he's cold-blooded with it too. Shango, boy, he's cold-blooded with it too. If anybody I left out, man, y'all just post their name down below. I try to give them a shout out. But we will fight tooth and nail against the Eagles, the Washington team, the Giants, but we are mentally drained and tired of fighting against our own fan base, fam. Man, I'm 11 minutes over, but we fight so much against our own fan base because we have a different of opinion, you see, because we have a different viewpoint of a certain player. Because, yes, if you say Dak Prescott is trash, I can understand that. I can sit there and dissect his film and say, yes, he got to go through his progressions better. Yes, he got to throw a better ball. He can't hold on to the ball forever like that. But it would be a different story if I see that same thing since 2016 to now. But I saw a young kid that develop. This ain't Mike White we talking about, fam. This is Dak Prescott. Just like, look, I just wish that I was on YouTube when Tony Romo was playing. Boy, you guys, I believe I got like a few videos of me talking about how Tony Romo is going to change this team around for 2016. But I started my YouTube page, dog it, in 2016. I wish. But people will only hear one piece of your conversations and run with it. I'm quite sure Mark Holmes, I'm about to say Mike Holmes. Mark Holmes was talking about positively about, dare I say, a Tony Romo and everybody that I just mentioned. But we fight. I remember and I recall so many Cowboy fans. And I have some good memory because I'm from a very, very small town. And I remember people being Cowboys fans and 49ers fans in this small town called Natchez. And that was the only two fans that was out there when I was growing up. You had some sprinkles of Green Bay Packer fans. And I remember in 2008, 2009 or what have you, when the Saints started winning a little bit, that all of a sudden they said, man, I'm diehard Saints fan. I said, whoa. But in third grade, bro, you was a Cowboy fan. What happened? Oh, man, I've always been rolling with the Saints. When? Who was the quarterback before Drew Brees? Oh, man, ain't worried about that, man. You know, I just started watching. Nah, dog, I'm calling you out on your facts. You can't be perpetrating around here. Don't come back to the Cowboys, though, because I'm going to remember that. It's like we take all of the bandwagon fans because we know that that's what the majority of people are. But it's crazy, though. It is crazy. Any other news, man, before I roll up out of here? Q. Yes, Okoye, man. Shout out to Okoye. The youngin' Skywalker still, yes. Dak Prescott signed for $38 million. Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah.
I love Dak Prescott. We agree on that, right?
Yeah. Not just very small people. Yeah. Let me see. I seen $100,000 in here too. Shout out to $100,000. Shout out to $100,000. Vera, really appreciate you for making another donation to help grow the nation. Free agency will start Wednesday. I can't wait. Man, I can't wait. Yes, indeed. We got the best YouTubers in the world. Yes, we do. Our YouTube page set the pace for other people from other platforms to set and talk about their love and their adulation to their particular teams. That's the craziest part of it all. And shout out to other people that talk their particular sports. We need that. We need that. Boy, we need that, baby. Look, and there's one other thing that I got to say before I roll up out of here like dice. James Black says Tony Romo is better at coaching than QB. That's facts. From my guy James Black on the Facebook panel. I really appreciate you, James. I think that Tony Romo is a gem. He's a football's guy. I think that Tony Romo can even coach basketball. He's a sports. He's an athletic guy. As it relates to cerebral, mental capacity, I think the guy is a gem. That's why they paying the brother $17 million. Probably get a bonus. Probably will get a bonus. Toby, I've been saying Dak Prescott 4 years for $140 million, 115 guaranteed. Yeah, that would be nice. Let me know if that happened already. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. Let me see. Did any of that breaking news happen while I'm live or what have you? Dallas Cowboys YouTubers are America's YouTubers. This is from William Wills. Yeah. $2 holla. I can't wait for the late night hype, baby. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Jet D. Do you like Cooper Rush? My thing is with Cooper Rush, I like man, I can't even go because I know for sure we got so much good stuff to talk about. Cooper Rush is just like Reggie Davis in a sense. Reggie Davis was catching everything, speedster, taking the top off the defense, doing everything you can imagine out there in Oxnard. Shout out to you again, Jet D, for making a donation. Donation, this is my big game, James' brother would say. Donation. He was doing everything. Cooper Rush was doing the same thing. Back shoulder fade. I can tell you this, if you want some objectivity, Cowboy Nation, for those who don't like Dak Prescott, I can say this. Cooper Rush throw a better back shoulder fade than Dak Prescott. He can throw a back shoulder fade. His arm is not the strongest arm in the world, but he's kind of block-footed a little bit, but he can throw a back shoulder fade. But I can't wait to see what Mike McCarthy is going to do with him. And he did sign that tender, so somebody, if they want to, take a jab at Cooper Rush, they're going to have to give us something. But that's just the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. Let me see what else we have here. Man, I really appreciate you guys. I didn't think to be long this long. Law did Dak sign. Let me just pull this up because all I have to do is type in Dak Prescott. I'm surprised I ain't getting no notification. Let's see. Dak Prescott. That means we still, put it like this, we still in the bind because if Dak signed, I'm still waiting on Amari Cooper. Believe it or not, I'm still waiting. It's like a joint committee at this point. I know a lot of people are not fond of Amari Cooper. They say he's soft. They say he can't do this and he can't do that. But I still like Amari Cooper. I would like Amari Cooper. It's equivalent to somebody saying Troy Aikman signed, but Michael Irvin didn't. And I know Amari Cooper is not a Michael Irvin as it relates to bite-wise on the field. But it's equivalent to like, hey, give me the Michael Irvin too. Or it's equivalent to sitting there looking at it like Troy Aikman signed, but Emmitt Smith didn't. You see, that's just how I look at it. And 3 hours ago, let's see what they said about this one. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Nation. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. If it's your first time ever being on the channel, we talk football and beyond.
Eastern tomorrow to use that franchise tag. The only way they wouldn't use it is if they get a deal done between now and then. Any shot of them getting a deal done?
I don't think it's so.
There's always a shot, but I've talked to several people involved in this, and it seems unlikely that Dak Prescott is going to get that long-term deal he desires before the franchise tag deadline. First of all, from what I understand about just the timing of this whole thing, it sounds like the Cowboys will use the franchise tag tomorrow rather than today, just to give it as much time as possible. Going to be the exclusive tag, a little more expensive for the Cowboys, but it allows them to keep hold of Dak Prescott and make sure that he doesn't talk to anyone else. No one can sign him to any sort of offer sheet, even for the price of 2 first-round picks. They also would like to get Amari Cooper done. They've had some talks. We're basically waiting to see if a CBA got passed or if it didn't before they proceeded. From my understanding now, obviously they like to get Dak done, but the focus is getting Amari Cooper done. They likely franchise tag Dak and then move forward and try to do a long-term deal with him a little down the line.
And this is key here. With the new CBA, the Cowboys and everyone else have only one tag to use. So let's assume they can't get a Dak deal done and have to franchise tag Dak. That means Amari Cooper would hit free agency. Ian Rappaport is working that beat as well as everything else.
Unless they do a deal with him. Unless they
do a deal with him, yeah. So, I mean, it's either way. You know, they can franchise tag him, then work on a deal. His agency may say, okay, you at least get the bottom, the type of tag they'll give him, but he at least get $33 million, and we will see. But don't sign yet. Let's work out something that's more feasible, and let's see where this collective bargain agreement will be at. And then, since they already signed, they can look into the future and they can say, okay, this team got $242 million. My thing is, let's just go ahead and sign and get this thing out the way, so we won't be talking about this back and forth. You see, and I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. If the Cowboys move on from Dak, I'm not mad at collective body of Cowboys. I'm not sitting there saying, okay, we are doomed. I would start evaluating the next guy they bring in. That's all I'm saying. But I would say, man, they sure made a bonehead decision to let Dak Prescott go when he won 40 games with his hand tied behind his back because you had Chase and Garrett. Oh, my goodness. Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I have for this beautiful day. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I gotta leave you guys with this. A prize fighter continue to fight. He continue to fight even when he's down, even when the chips are all down. Hey, they say if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to find a way. Let's continue to be a unit. Let's continue to be on the same page. Although we have a different opinion, different views of things, we all don't like the Cowboys, right? We love them. So let's continue to grind, baby. Let's go. And let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's be positive about this situation, regardless of the situation, right? You can keep your head when all about you, right? Let's go. Remember, you're listening to absolutely nothing but the best. We out.